It is a warm welcome to you viewers and thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Crime Watch, your weekly program brought to you by your police service, the Zimbabwe Republic Police. Through this program, we seek to inform you of our roles and operations, as well as engage and conscientize the Zimbabwean citizenry on crime awareness with the primary objective of harnessing crime. I am your host, Elliot Ganyani. It is a pleasure and indeed an honor to have you along. To kickstart our program today, the Z03E is extensively engaging members of the community, traditional leaders, churches and non-governmental organizations, among other stakeholders, to fight the scourge of rape that has been on the increase in the country. This is part of the police re-engagement and rebranding program with a view to fight crime. This was a case in Hwange recently where the police partnered with other stakeholders to campaign against child sexual abuse.
From the statistics, out of the 32 cases that were reported on the girl child, 29 of them were committed by either relatives or neighbors. Mm-hmm. It's an indication parents are leaving their children vulnerable to relatives and neighbors who end up abusing them. This is just the launch. We would want to get into the communities and canvas that this practice must stop. I'm very excited with the assistance and partnership that we have with World Vision and the other partners like Girl Child Network and so on. So I think this kind of partnership, I would wish it to continue so that we reach out to communities together. So it's a challenge for us and the community leaders so that together we protect the girl child.
It is such an honor for us to be found to be part of a coalition of stakeholders that have the same shared vision to make Hwange a better place for children. There's going to be zero tolerance towards sexual violence against children.
Chief Hwange, who was part of the campaign, appreciated the efforts being made by the Z03E and its stakeholders in fighting child sexual abuse.
This campaign was good for Hwange as a district. It sensitizes people so that they know, and especially the children, so that they know their rights. Now they know that they've got to report to the police, they've got to report to anyone who is elder, who is near. Us as chiefs, we condone such things, whether it's child abuse, early marriages.
I say no to anyone who wants to touch my body, and to those who influence me to watch pornographic movies. I disagree, because you will be sexually harassing me.
Boys and girls, don't let anyone touch your body. Is it your brother, your uncle, no, your father? Because they never come with good intentions.
Movement of stock from one area to another is sanctioned because of animal disease outbreak in some parts of the country. However, some individuals are ignoring this call by the government to seek clearance before moving livestock from one area to another. Acting Staff Officer, National Anti-Stock Theft Unit, spoke to Crime Watch on these issues.
Isu semapurisa Zimbabwe Republic Police donzvo redu nderekuona zvipfuwo zvedu zvichiwanda munyika. Zvikuru takatarisa nemombe, tinofanirwa kuti mombe dzedu dziwande. Isu semapurisa tinoshanda nevanhu vakaita sebazi revet vanoongorora utano hwemombe. Isu tozobatsira nekutsigira to enforce mitemo. Kana uchinge watenga mombe, usati waifambisa, uone kuti mombe iyoyo kwawaitenga ndekupi, nekuti dzimwe nguva mombe dzinogona kugara kune nzvimbo dzinenge dzakatarwa nevanhu vevheti kuti mombe idzodzo hadzibvumidzwe kufamba. Kana wadaro unofanirwa kubvunza vanhu vevheti. Vevheti ndio vanokubvumidza kuti ufambise mombe. Kukubvumidza kufambisa mombe kwavanoita ndekukupa yatinoti movement permit pachirungu. The next thing, unofanirwa kuenda kumapurisa wochinoklisa mombe iyoyo. Ukamuvisa mombe from kwatinoti kuma red zones zichienda kuma green zones usina permit, ukabatwa nevevheti vanozouraya mombe idzodzo, worasikirwa nemombe idzodzo. isu semapurisa tikakubata zvakare uchifambisa mombe idzodzo usina pemiti imhosva. Saka isusu tinokurudzira kuti mafamasi edu asarasikirwe neupfumi hwakadai nezvinhu zvatinoona kuti zvidiki diki. Tsvaga pemiti yako, enda kumapurisa unoklisa mombe yako. Wakutakura mombe yako, pane matsamba anotarisirwa nemapurisa kuti unge unavo mumugwagwa. Mapurisa kana akakumisa toti ngatiti paroadblock vanotarisira kuti uve nechekutanga form 392 rekuratidza kuti mombe iyoyo zvechokwadi yakakliwa ende mombe iyoyo ndeyako muridzi, kana kuti ari kufamba nemombe iyoyo panguva iyoyo ndeyake. Zvimwe zvinhu zvatinotarisira futi zvinotariswa nemapurisa ndezvekuti une vet movement permit here.
Deputy Director Epidemiology in the Division of Veterinary Services, Dr. Chenjerai Njagu, spoke on the repercussions of failure to obtain necessary papers in the movement of livestock.
At the moment, we are seeing a number of illegal movements from quarantined foot and mouth areas moving to areas that are disease-free, and this can actually cause a lot of disease spread. As we control movement of livestock, we work very closely with the police, who have got a role of making sure that animals that are being moved have not been stolen. They actually belong to the person who is requesting for a movement permit. Before we give an applicant a movement permit, we first of all request them to get a police clearance from police anti-stock theft unit, who will go on the ground, verify ownership. So we work together with police and make sure that movements are not movements of animals that are stolen, and also movements are not causing disease spread.
We take a short break. Stay tuned. We are in the second segment of Crime Watch, and thank you for staying with us. Armed robbery cases have been on the increase lately across the country. Robbers pounce on unsuspecting victims, mostly in their residential places and shops. S03E10 Kadoma is investigating cases of armed robbery that have been occurring in and around Kadoma.
Kadoma has been under siege from armed robbers for the past 2 months.
We have realized that the armed robbers are targeting Kadoma because there is a lot of cash flow just exchanging hands in Kadoma because of gold buyers, and also those that are involved in gold mining. As a result, all our robbery cases, they were targeting people with cash.
Complainants in these cases narrated their horror encounters with these armed robbers.
It was around about 5:30 in the afternoon, and we were just about to close up. Suddenly, these robbers rushed through, starting shooting with revolvers that they had. They demanded money. They went after my wife and my nephew, threatening to shoot them, demanded to know where the money was. When I gave him the money, he shot me from a very close range. And I pulled out my revolver and I shot at him, and I shot again, and then my revolver jammed. The next thing I remember, I woke up in hospital after about 8 days.
It was the worst day of my life. My husband was shot by armed robbers. They just pounced on us. It was frightening. There's some people who don't care about other people's lives.
Taxi drivers, supermarkets, and those who carry large sums of money were also being targeted by these armed robbers.
Ndakatovhara shop around 5:30. Ndakutobuda dho pakamwira kumana 2 vakauya ipapa vakadungamidzana angofamba zvekuti ndakanofudza kuti makastoma arida kutotenga iye mva atobuditsa pfuti mva ndinongedzana pfuta dzokera mukati vanangoitawo zvavaitaura panzirara pasi pandarara zirara nedumbu chaire pandarara nedumbu nomva vadhimanda kuti tipei mafoni saka hapana pavanhu vese vataninawo hapana karesista nefoni yake vakangowapa mafoni avo tipei keshi chavanyanya kuda ngatora keshi vamva vangodi vangobuda.
Ndanga ndine musikana wandaiperekedza kuevhalo kwanga ndaaya kubva mutawuni kuma7 zemanheru. Ina ndauziva kuti pane mota yaititeera saka tasvika pagedhi takasosvika tichimira pagedhi musikana uya akutoburuka ndabva ndasvika mbva ndabatwa pauro nomumwe vamwe varume ndationa paipa ndatiswa pfuti mukanwa atotaura kuti tipe mari iri kupi saka adaro paindopa vakabva kundibata mbva nditi rara pasi ndobva vatanga kunetsana umwe musikana wangu aripo vachitora zvinhu zvese zviri mumotikari nemari yemusikana uyu mbva vatora vanhu vaive ndobva vasiya vashudha glazi iri vakasiya kupfuura panapa ndobva vaenda kusaidhi uku ndobva vasvika ndobva vapfuura vhiri rekusaidhi uku saka zvadaro ndofunga pakaita vanhu vakazvionawo vangu varipo manext door ndofunga vazokwanisa kufonera police after 15 minutes police mbaizoya vari armed nembwa chiyo vakatozara mutraki asi vanhu vaiva vakanga vaenda.
Police have since made inroads in unmasking some of these culprits.
We have since accounted for 4 of these armed robbers. On the 21st of September, one armed robber was arrested at the 139-kilometer peg along the Harare-Bulawayo road, where a roadblock was mounted. Upon arrest, the accused released information which led to the arrest of 4 other accused in Harare. We have 4 outstanding accused persons, and we are appealing to members of the public for information which may lead to the arrest of these outstanding accused. Residents of Kadoma, we urge you to report any criminal activity in your area so that we may act upon it at the earliest opportunity.
Kadoma residents commended the way the police investigated the armed robbery cases.
The police were fantastic. They were so good to us, and they followed up, always contacting me to find out how Sekuru was, and they were always there for us.
The police were very good, very informative, and very compassionate, and I give them full marks for their effort.
We continue to urge members of the public not to keep large sums of cash at their residential places or business premises to avoid being targeted by criminals. We also advise you not to resist demands by robbers in order to save life. The Zimbabwe Republic Police engages members of the public in the fight against crime through various community policing initiatives, such as the Business Against Crime Forum of Zimbabwe, BAGFOS. BAGFOS Bulawayo has held the 6th edition of the Bulawayo Suburban District Fight Against Crime Schools Challenge, whose objective was to engage school children in crime matters. This engagement will make the school children responsible citizens, thereby reducing crime. 20 schools, both senior and junior levels from within Bulawayo, battled it out in the public speaking challenge.
Rape is committed by men. We have been misled into believing they can be cured of HIV. But my question is, how many girls have these men actually infected? Child sexual abuse is a crime. It is against the law and is punishable.
To those who have been abused and are silent, speak out, young girl, speak out, young lady, because keeping it inside will not help.
I'm talking about the crime that targets your children, the crime that targets your brothers, your friends. A girl is raped by a uncle. She is silenced because this will bring disgrace and dishonor to the family. When the uncle is rich, he can bribe the family to silence. An old man marrying a 15-year-old, communal silence, because he's the head prophet of the community's church.
The Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education hailed the efforts by the S03E10 and BAGFOS in creating a crime-free environment by engaging the youths.
Public speaking is one of the most influential means of disseminating information because it is a very popular and highly honored discipline in schools. I thank the S03E10 and partners for the wonderful exposure of such talent which is in our children.
Officiating at the event, Assistant Commissioner Crime, Bulawayo Province, Assistant Commissioner Naison Chivayo, encouraged members of the public to participate in S03E10's various community policing initiatives.
Crime does not pay. Live within your means. So our neighborhood, just have a look, watch your neighbor. If your neighbor is going away, have the patience, have the courtesy of looking after his home. House is under supervision. It's a program with the police. As you go away, alert your local police station that from this period to that period, I'll be away.
I am very
platform to be able to speak for the things that are happening in our society. I encourage the young ones, the youth out there, to speak out and to use this platform to also enlighten others about the crimes around them so as to reduce them.
I would like to thank Backforce for this competition because it helps us young people to say what we feel about crime, what is going on about crime, and bring solutions to the table from young people, because crime is not affecting a certain group of people, it's affecting everyone. And as young people, we have to give to the police what we feel and how we are affected by crime, and how together as a community, young people, old people, the police, and everyone, we can curb crime.
The occurrence of murder cases continue to be a cause for concern to the police. People continue to lose lives through barbaric acts caused by domestic violence and incessant drinking habits. As police, we urge you to value the sanctity of human life and solve your disputes amicably. Crime Watch takes a short break. Join us in the third and final segment. We are in the third and final segment of Crime Watch, and thank you for staying with us. After years of hitting dead ends, police in Bulawayo finally broke the puzzle behind a series of unlawful entry and theft cases that had remained unsolved for a long time in Bulawayo's western suburbs. Let us hear more from police officers behind the arrest.
Sometime in 2012, we experienced an upsurge of cases of unlawful entry into premises and theft cases, whereby a syndicate consisting of 3 accused persons led by one known criminal who goes by the name of Alec Mkandla. Since 2012, we've been looking for the accused person up to sometime in September, when we got wind of his arrest by S03E10 Luveve, who had found him in possession of numerous property which was unaccounted for.
We discovered that they will be using some of the implements, like you see these small axes which I'm holding. With the size of this axe, it cannot be used to cut down a tree, but we believe that they used these objects to instill fear on their intended victims.
We managed to recover several electrical gadgets, including plasma TVs, generators, radios, and speakers. So we are appealing to the general public to come forth and identify the property that we have recovered.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police-owned school, S03E10 High School, continues to churn out students who become good leaders and crime-fearing citizens. As part of its engagement program, S03E10 High School Development Committee organized an annual golf day. The event, which was supported by various stakeholders, was held at S03E10 Golf Club in Harare.
The S03E10 school community advises me that they have been chosen to interact with their stakeholders in a spectacular way. Their choice of a golf tournament offered us a golden opportunity to showcase our talents in this vibrant golf course.
S03E10 High School head Mr. Johannes Chingonzo appreciated the support from various stakeholders in developing the school.
S03E10 High School is what it is today because of who you are and what you have done for it. In your lifetime, you will soon witness great technological innovation and creativity this country has never seen before. This will manifest from our learners at S03E10 High School.
This brings us to the end of this week's episode of Crime Watch. Section 219, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe clearly states that the police service shall be charged with detecting, investigating, and preventing crime, and more so the general maintenance of law and order. The police service is also mandated to secure and protect the lives and property of the people, upholding the Constitution and enforcing the law without fear or favor. Members of the public are therefore encouraged to give maximum support to the police while executing their constitutional duty of policing the nation. The S03E10 is currently assisting the government in the fight against cholera by clearing vendors from the central business district, and members of the public are being advised to comply with orders and directives by law enforcement agents. All officers are therefore expected to perform these duties in line with our core values, which are professionalism, accountability, transparency, integrity, and commitment. Anything to the contrary should be reported to the local officer in charge, the officer commanding district, the officer commanding province, or contact us on the details appearing on your screens. From me, Elliot Ganyani, and the crew behind the scenes, please remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. Until we meet again on the next episode of Crime Watch, may God bless you